Hi, friends. This is Charlene. I'm so happy to be joining you. I'm going to be providing you with a series of recordings, and each one of these recordings is going to be about between 5 and 15 minutes long. And the purpose for the recordings is really to help you throughout your day, at work or wherever you might be, to have practices that can really help to center you, to bring you back to a place where you're feeling calm. So our bodies have this place like this homeostasis, which is a place where we are feeling calm, we're feeling connected, our mind is not racing. So there's practices that help to bring us back to that state. And throughout the day, we're kind of like a doughboy. If you picture the Pillsbury Doughboy, we get poked as we go through our day. So we might get poked, and that might make us feel sad. We might get poked; it might make us feel angry. We might even feel this in different parts of our body, literally, but most of the time we feel it as an emotion, right? So it could be heartache, it could be really deep sadness. It can also be just causing us to feel a lot of unclarity in our minds. So we just feel very scattered, or very anxious. And these practices help us to notice those things. We're not pushing them away, we notice them, and we come back to a place of homeostasis. So if you imagine like riding a wave, we're riding the wave, the emotion gets really, really, really high, and then we come back down again. And what happens is if we don't take these breaks to come back down, if we don't recognize that and come back down, that level of homeostasis starts to come up and up and up. And pretty soon we're sick, right? We either have a chronic illness, we have headaches, we have digestive issues, all kinds of things are going on because our level of homeostasis is now way up here instead of being down here. And our waves are breaking at a different place. And we can see this at the beach. If there's some kind of obstruction, the waves are breaking differently. So we want our waves to just come in nice and even and steady. So when we are bringing ourselves back down, I'm just going to divide it into two different states that we might notice. So we might notice that we're really agitated, or we might notice that we're really exhausted. So the different practices I'll be offering are if you notice that, if you notice I am exhausted after this meeting, I'll show you some breath work and some movement that you can do to bring yourself back so that you feel good again. Or you may feel really scattered and really high energy, and we want to bring things back down too, so you feel calm again. So those are the two practices, and I will be telling you which ones those are, so that you know, oh my gosh, I'm feeling that really stressed out today. Here's what you can do. Or oh my gosh, I'm feeling exhausted today. So instead of drinking that, that extra cup of coffee, or caffeinated green tea, or whatever you're drinking to kind of get that energy back, you can do some of this breathing. So I think you're all sitting now. So stay in your seated position, and if you're not sitting, then find a comfortable seat. Just first find your feet on the floor. So if you're sitting in a chair that has back, we're not slouching back in the chair. We're coming about halfway up in the chair. So you still want to feel stable, but your back is away from the chair. Let your feet be on the ground, right under your ankles or right under your knees. So not cross-legged, not feet in, knees out, just comfortable, knees over your ankles. And then we'll rock side to side a little bit and just notice the sits bones. So there are two bones that come down. You can just kind of even move some of the fleshy part aside a little bit so you can feel those sits bones in the chair. And just notice how that feels. Just even those two steps can kind of help you feel a little bit more grounded and rooted. And then just rock forward and back so that until you notice a sense of balance and ease. So it's probably at the place where your shoulders are over your hips. So we're not leaning forward, we're not leaning back or side to side. Your shoulders are just right over your hips. And then imagine a string, a beautiful gold string, maybe at the top of your head, that's just being pulled upwards towards the sky. So lengthening that spine. It's not straightening your spine. As you all know, your spine has gentle, natural curves in it, but we're lengthening the spine. And as we lengthen the spine, you might notice that your shoulders start to drop away from your ears. Throughout the day, our shoulders can go up
further to our ears. And just this lengthening can allow the shoulders to drop away. Let your hands drop by your side.
We're going to take a deep breath together. So palms
facing out and come all the way up as far as it feels comfortable for you. Fingertips gently touch and then exhale down. All through your nose, inhaling up. So inhale your arms at the pace of your breath so that when you come to the top of your breath, your fingertips are touching. And then exhaling down at your pace so that as your hands reach about your belly button, your exhale is complete. So your pace is going to look very different for each of us. So you're just inhaling all the way up, listening to your body, exhaling all the way down. I'm going to do 2 more rounds here. In big inhale all the way up. You can even pause at the top. Exhale down. One more time. Pause at your heart. Interlace your fingers and stretch the arms out nice and long. So nice straight arms. Look to the right, look to the left, right and left. Inhale the arms all the way up overhead. Lean just a little bit to one side. Come back to center with the inhale. Exhale to the other side. Come back to center and let the arms come all the way down, shaking out the arms. So shake out the legs, shake out the shoulders, the head. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. That can be a sigh. Beautiful, beautiful. Allow hands to come to either your lap or one hand on each of your thighs, just so that you're comfortable. Allow your eyes to gently close. If eyes closed doesn't feel good for you, then just gaze gently towards the earth. Just notice the feet on the earth, your body resting. And just do a little scan from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head, just pausing at your different parts of your body and just noticing how you're feeling today. So there's no right, there's no wrong, no judgment on anything you find. And if you find a cranky hip or maybe a little headache, or maybe your knee hurts, just pause there with some compassion. So just bring some compassion there. No judgment, no being upset about your amazing body, just noticing, just noticing. And then bring your attention to your breath. So just noticing the inhales and the exhales and noticing where in your body do you feel your breath. It might be in your upper chest, might be in the midsection or your back, could be in your belly. So just notice where the breath is breathing. Is your inhale longer than your exhale? Is the exhale longer than the inhale? Are they equal lengths? Just notice, just notice. Is the breath bumpy and rough, or is it smooth and easy? Just notice. In this noticing, we're in a place of observer. We're in a place of just observing what is happening in your body. So we always have this observer with us that can kind of take a step back and just see what's going on without getting wrapped up in what's happening in the body and the breath and the mind. It's just watching, just observing. And you can also check in with your mind now. There are lots of thoughts racing around, the quiet. Again, no judgment, just notice what's happening in your mind as you can observe it. From this place, let's bring one hand to the belly. So right about your belly button or so, just gently placing a hand there. Allowing the belly to soften. Just imagine the soft, soft belly of a newborn baby. Just breathing into that softness in your belly, inviting that breath to be in the belly. Imagine blowing up a balloon gently. So as the air comes in, the balloon fills from all sides. So you feel the air in the front of your body, the side. You might even feel a bit of the breath in the back body. And as you exhale, allow the belly button to come in towards your spine. You're allowing all the air out. And as soon as all the air is out, begin to fill that belly again. Filling, filling, filling. Emptying, emptying, emptying. And this may be really hard. So just notice that as well. If you're like, I can't get any breath into my belly, that's okay. You can begin by just imagining the breath in your belly. We tend to breathe very high up in our lungs. And this is the place that we breathe when we're in a fight or flight mode, and our nervous system is very elevated and kind of fearful. So bringing the breath to the belly can be tricky and can take a lot of practice. I think when I first started practicing, it took me almost a year to actually be able to feel the breath in my belly. So as we breathe in this belly, what we're really allowing is for the diaphragm to drop down. So the diaphragm rises and lowers. It's right below our lungs. It's a big muscle in there. When we are in this place of letting the diaphragm drop down, it fills the lungs. It fills the lungs. And it also sends a message to our nervous system that everything is okay. It can reset. It can come into rest and relax. You can pause that breath, allow your hands to come back to the lap, and just return to your normal breath. And just notice if you can observe any shifts from the first breath we took together. Now take the hands and gently place them at your sides. So like make an L with each hand, and then let the thumb be towards your back. The fingers kind of wrap around the sides of your ribs. So kind of right at the bottom of your ribs, at the midsection of the ribs. And invite your breath to be in this part of your body. So as you inhale, you might feel the ribs flare out to the side a bit. And then exhale, the ribs gently come back in. So this motion is also allowing that diaphragm to drop down. It's allowing some ease in your breath. It's increasing your lung capacity. So again, be gentle with yourself. If you're just getting a little tiny bit of motion here, that's okay. If you practice this, you'll eventually really increase the flexibility of the ribs and the material between the ribs so that you can expand further and further. And then move the hands from your ribs up to the top of your chest. So fingertips rest, or palms rest right over your chest. Fingertips just gently rest on your chest. And imagine the breath up here at the top of your lungs. So just feel the rise and the fall of the chest. Belly's still soft and ribs are still soft, but just focus on bringing breath into these upper lungs, upper part of your lungs. You may feel here some of this in your back as well. So you can imagine having a soft back too. Do one more nice full round up at the top. And then allow the breath to go back to just your normal inhale and exhale. And gently open the eyes. So notice how that felt. So this 3-part breath is a really powerful breath to bring us back to this homeostasis, to bring us back to a place where our mind is clear, our body is a little bit more relaxed. So we're going to put these 3 parts of the breath together now. So we're going to have the inhale. First, we're going to fill the belly, then we're going to fill the midsection, then we're going to fill all the way up to the top. So we're filling, 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 and then we're going to empty the breath from the top down, like we're pouring out our breath. So you can have one hand on the belly, one hand on your chest if that helps, or you can have both hands down. Eyes can be opened or eyes can close. I think eyes closed or softening your gaze helps to really focus your attention on the different parts of the breath. So we'll be closing the eyes, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, long steady breath out through the mouth with a sigh. And then we'll begin to fill the belly. As soon as the belly feels full, allow the breath to come into the midsection, filling, 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 and then let the breath come all the way up to the clavicle, all the way up to your chin. Pause, and then pour that breath out from the top. So the chest starts to collapse, the lungs come in, and then the belly button pulls into the spine. Let everything out. And repeat, doing this at your own pace. So just, you don't want to feel short of breath. You don't want to feel like you're restricting your breath. You just want to breathe belly, midsection, all the way up, and then pouring the breath out from the top to the bottom. And at your own pace, we'll do about 3 more rounds of this beautiful belly breath. Beautiful 3-part breath. In yoga, it's called the Dirga breath. And after your next exhale, just allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm and flow. And notice the space you created. You may feel a little more expansive, a little more clear, connected. Just notice how you feel. Take another breath or two to savor this place where you are, the place you created. Allow eyes to gently open. I'm going to do one more practice, and this is a little bit more of an energizing. We're still going to do the 3-part breath, but we're going to put a little bit more energy into it. And this is an all-time favorite. It's called the breath way, and it's a 3-part breath. So with movement. So feel your feet under the earth and on the earth. Maybe stretch your arms out. Make sure that you have enough space. So if you're standing around a conference table or something, kind of stagger yourselves or find a place in the corner where you have space. Let your feet be firmly on the ground. If you have heels on or something, maybe kick those shoes off. Let your ankles be under your hips. Your shoulders be above your ankles. So you have this one long line of energy. So for this breath, we'll be taking an inhale into our belly as we raise the hands out in front of us. So inhale, breath into belly. Inhale again, breath into the midsection. Inhale again, hands overhead, inhaling all the way up to the top. And then we're going to let it all go through the mouth. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Let it all go. We're going to do 3 more. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands right down to your side and around to your heart center. Pausing for a moment. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll be back with some other short videos to lead you through either some calming or ways to bring some more energy. Have a great day.